Welcome back to CanHammer, everybody. Tonight's tactics episode is on minimum safe distance. Welcome back to CanHammer, everybody, your source for 40k from the Great White North. This is another chapter, this is another tactics episode on minimum safe distance. This dovetails a little bit into pre-measuring, but pre-measuring encompasses a bunch of other situations, so we're going to be doing maybe a few videos covering various aspects of pre-measuring coming up, but this is just a quick video on minimum safe distance. So this applies anytime where you have decisions to make about how to move, and as well as deployment, and you want to figure out what the threat range of your opponent's units are if you want to stay safe. Now, if you're just going to charge into your opponent and you don't care about fire that you take or getting charged, then go for it. But if you are being cagey and you don't want to get shot the first turn or charged the first turn, you have to think and know about a target's threat range. If you're not sure what it is, ask your opponent, and only the dirtiest of opponents will not tell you or lie to you. So just ask your opponent. So our custodies here are trying to set up, and we don't want to be charged by these gene stealers in turn one. So we ask our opponent, well, what's their minimum, what's their threat range? And by implication, this includes stratagems they can use to increase their move or their charge range, or to move and charge or advance and charge. It includes all sorts, whatever can increase their threat range. So their threat range, they can move, and then they can advance, and they can charge. So you tell your opponent, well, they can move 7 or whatever it is, they can advance d6, so at the max that would be 6, 13, and then they can charge at the most 12 inches, and there's no other stratagem. So they could go 13 plus 12, 25-inch threat range. So if you want to avoid a first turn charge by gene stealers, you need to make sure you are at least 26 inches away, because they need to get within an inch. So you measure it out beforehand before placing your unit, and you know that you will not be charged. And you could also say to your opponent, to avoid disagreements later, my intention here is to be 26 inches away, so you will not be able to charge me turn one. Boom. And then there's no arguments with that. Some units have different abilities that allow them to move around. You just clarify with your opponent what their distances are. It applies to shooting as well. So the Yavara has an 18-inch range. Well, if you just deploy here, it's fine. You're out of range right now, but that's not its threat range. This thing moves 14 inches. So guess what? Turn one, now you're well in range. So you ask your opponent, well, how far does this thing move, and what's the range on the gun, and can he advance and still shoot it? Well, he's like, well, yeah, this thing moves 14, it can advance and still shoot it, for example. So then you'd be like, okay, 14 plus a d6 advance, so it's 20 inches, plus the range of the gun, let's say, is 12 inches. That's a long distance. You need to stay away in order to make sure you don't get shot if you don't want to. So keep that in mind. Targets, threat range, very key concept that you need to know about. Ask your opponent beforehand and make sure you deploy your units accordingly. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick little tactics video, and please let us know if there's any particular tactics you want us to cover by leaving a comment below the video, like and subscribe, and follow us on Patreon. Thanks very much for watching.